When you watch a stand-up comedian perform, you're watching them entertain you, but they're doing so based off of something that they know about, have experienced, their own life, things that they've learned or read about or that they're knowledgeable on. And you have different kinds of comedians. You have clean comedians, you have dirty comedians, you have comedians that talk about social issues, and comedians that just have like observational humor. When you get these guys and gals who are on stage telling you jokes, but about our political system, pay attention to what they have to say. Because more often than not, what you're going to find is, even though they're entertaining you and making you laugh and you're getting a big chuckle out of it and all of that stuff, underneath all of that shit, they're telling you the reality of the situation, the truth. First, I'm going to show you a news story. A woman talking to you about a news story having to do with Elon Musk trying to access our Social Security money. Social Security is money that's deducted from your paycheck and it goes to a Social Security trust fund and sits there in cash form. And Elon Musk is trying to gain access to that. And afterwards, I'm going to show you a comedian talking about this very thing.
Just for reference, Social Security sits in a trust fund with liquid cash, and if this man gets access to your money, it's lights out for Meemaw and Peepaw. Are y'all not concerned yet? And I'm not talking about the people who objectively oppose the administration as well as this unelected official, but I mean like everybody else. Are y'all not concerned yet? Shout out to the Washington Post and Rolling Stone magazine for publishing this story, which literally turn your alarms on. Now, a senior Treasury official is getting ready to resign after Elon Musk attempted to gain access to the Social Security's payment system. And I'm going to tell you guys this one more time, because I don't know if y'all are hearing me. Social Security is a liquid cash fund. Okay? It is a payroll tax. It comes out of your paychecks and immediately deposited into a trust fund. It's cash. And now, you have somebody who is attempting to access it. And be in mind, there are only a handful. When I say a handful, I mean a handful of senior officials who have access to that account. Now, this is the senior official. He goes by the name of David Lebrick, and I hope I'm saying his name correctly, but he had just recently put in his letter of resignation after being appointed because of the anomalies going on with Elon Musk attempting to gain access to the Social Security Treasury account. Now, according to three people with knowledge of this matter who spoke on the condition of anonymity with the Washington Post, they stated that Lebrick, who served in a non-political role at the Treasury for decades, mind you, decades. Now, Lebrick had a dispute with Elon Musk and his surrogates over access to the payment system the U.S. government uses to disperse trillions of dollars annually, the people said. And the exact nature of this agreement was not immediately clear. Now, that new Department of Efficiency, or whatever the crap that is, had been asking for months leading up to the inauguration about information about that system. Then immediately after Trump had took office, they were pressing the Treasury Department for that information. Now, the article goes on to say, again, that only a small number of career officials control the Treasury Department's payment system. Now, after Trump had signed the executive order to create that Doge department, it also stated that they would get full and prompt access to all unclassified agency records, software systems, IT systems, which would appear to include the Treasury Department's payment system. It's unclear precisely why Musk's team sought access to those systems, but both Musk and the Trump administration more broadly have sought to control spending in ways that far exceed efforts by their predecessors and have alarmed legal experts. Now, what's interesting is that Musk had characterized the rising national debt as an existential threat to the country and has proved willing to break norms in service of sweeping change. But the national debt doesn't have anything to do with Social Security or Medicare or Medicaid. None of those things, because again, those are trust funds. Those things are funded by payroll tax. Okay? They're funded by payroll tax. If you work, a percentage of your labor goes into a trust fund, and maybe one day you might be able to access it, but the money does exist as of now. And I don't know, maybe tackling the national debt would probably be looking at departments where we throw exorbitant amount of money at that continuously fail audits. I don't know, try the Pentagon.
You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people. They want obedient workers, people who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. It's a big club. You ain't in it.
George Carlin talked about this years ago. And here we are. Elon Musk is trying to access. Elon Musk is not even a fucking government employee. And he is trying to bully his way into having access to the Social Security Trust Fund. What the fuck do you think happens to all of the money that's in there if Elon Musk and by extension Donald Trump have access to that account? Why the fuck would Elon Musk ever have access? He doesn't work for an official government department. He's not an official government employee. They're coming for your fucking money. They're coming for our fucking money. This is happening. This is their moment. This is their window, right? This is what they have been working for 50, 60 years. They are now in a position where they have a very right-leaning 6-3 conservative Supreme Court to back up anything that gets challenged and makes its way through the judiciary. They have a Republican House, a Republican Senate, the guy who has no moral compass whatsoever in the Oval Office, and he can't run for another election. This is their chance. This is their window. They're coming for all of it. They are going to drain the federal government dry if they get a chance to. And that includes our Social Security.